Season 2 of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century is just one of those really odd things. It's so dramatically different than Season 1, jarringly different. Many of the characters from Season 1 are gone, and those that remain are different as well. And the tone of the show? Well, I've actually made a video about Season 2 already, so I won't belabor the point. This video is actually a review of the second season, 2-hour premiere, Time of the Hawk. Yep, I went back and watched it again. I wasn't going to, but wouldn't you know it, MeTV broadcast it a couple of weeks ago, and my DVR, yep, it's a TiVo, just kinda knew that I might want to watch it. I still remember as a teen reading this issue of Starlog. In addition to giving me hope for more Battlestar Galactica, even though ABC had cancelled it, the magazine talked about exciting changes in store for the second season of Buck Rogers. Boy, oh boy, was I excited. Of course, the promotional photo that you're looking at wasn't included inside the magazine. Otherwise, I might have wondered aloud, what's up with Wilma's stewardess outfit? But I've promised to keep my gripes about Season 2 to a minimum here, so let's focus on this episode. Because you know what? Time of the Hawk isn't bad. And a lot of the success of this episode has to go to actor Thom Christopher. Dang if he didn't pull off the whole bird person thing. I noticed that the TV Guide advertisement has Hawk looking way more sinister than he really was on the show. But like I said, Christopher pulls it off. You really believe that this guy might be some sort of weird bird-like alien, and you understand why. He isn't a big fan of the human race. Plus, he's got his hawk ship thing. Let's just say that it's almost as cool as the Batmobile. Almost. Especially when those talons come out at the bottom of the spacecraft. Well, that almost makes up for the fact that Twiki didn't sound like Mel Blanc anymore. Also worth mentioning is Barbara Luna as Hawk's mate, Kuri. If you're a fan of classic Trek, you'll recognize her from the Mirror Mirror episode. This wouldn't be the last time during Season 2 that Buck Rogers would honor Star Trek. Later on in the season, actor Mark Leonard, who played Sarek, Spock's father, would also make an appearance. But let's get back to Hawk. He's tough. He's prideful. He loves Kuri with all of his heart, and he will do anything for her. I really can't imagine an actor doing a better job as Hawk than Thom Christopher does. I can only imagine what went through his mind, though, when he read this script for the first time. And yet, he pulls it off. We believe in him, and we root for him almost as much as we do Buck Rogers. I've mentioned this before as well, but Hawk is the inspiration for Rick and Morty's bird person character. Even if you're not a fan of Rick and Morty, you've got to give props to the show for reaching way back into television history to dust off Hawk and give him a new life, albeit a slightly different animated one. And I love the bad guys on this episode as well. They are just plain bad. And by bad, I don't mean like dangerous, I mean cartoonishly bad, almost Three Stooges kind of bad. Although they threaten Buck, you never really feel like he is in any sort of danger from these guys. And the good citizens of Neutralis, well, I'm not sure what to say about them. They take no sides. They aren't good, they aren't bad, and their headgear, well, alright, I'll say it, it's just silly. For a show that's trying to be taken much more seriously during this second season, I'm not sure what the costume designer was thinking. It's just odd. And yes, this woman is supposed to be a healer of sorts, but she takes one look at the patient that Hawk brings to her and says, "There's nothing I can do. You'll need to drag her into the mountains to find some weird Obi-Wan kind of character." I get that these people are kind of like the Swiss and don't take sides, but could someone, anyone, maybe give Hawk and Buck a ride? I mean, they have this individual with him that's dying, bleeding out. Nope. They would need to go find the old man in the mountain on foot. By the end of the episode, as you might guess, Hawk has given up hating on the human race, and he and Buck are well on their way to becoming buddies. Wilma, on the other hand, is still being forced to wear that horrible stewardess outfit. Man, I really miss the tougher, no-nonsense Colonel Deering from Season 1. And don't even get me started about the absence of Princess Ardala. Pamela Hensley, where were you when we needed you most? All in all, though, Time of the Hawk was a good start for a season that really didn't have all that many highlights. It's a well-written story and a good introduction to the character of Hawk. So let's just leave it at that. So that's it. My review of Time of the Hawk. Season 2 premiere of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. One last picture here. Here's Hawk. What do you think? Was he a good character? Did you enjoy Season 2? It's your turn. Please share your memories in the comments section, and while you're at it, I would love a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Maybe even share it on Facebook or Twitter, and I would be honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.